my colleague, Temitope Olaleye, who worked for a very long time with one of the biggest e-commerce merchants, e-commerce platforms here in Nigeria for 6 years, right? Yeah, that's a lot of time. So she's going to talk to us briefly about sales and marketing strategies for getting the best out of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, right? So she just joined us. She's a bit nervous, but let's begin. All right, well, thank you very much.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Temitope, and like my colleague Abdurrahman said, I worked for 6 years at Jumia, and I'm now a content marketer at Paystack, so I've upgraded. And I will be sharing some insights with you that hopefully would help you make the best of this shopping season, the holiday shopping season, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday rush in Nigeria. So we'll be looking at strategies for driving phenomenal sales for businesses this Black Friday, Cyber Monday holiday shopping season. So we'll be starting with what makes Black Friday and Cyber Monday so special, and actions that we'll be taking before the event to ensure phenomenal sales, how to actually convert on the opportunities that we created before the event, and how to drive on the momentum that we've created during the event to the Christmas and New Year season. Black Friday and Cyber Monday, what exactly makes these 2 days special? Okay, so the word Black Friday in itself started off on an observation that a lot of businesses turned black from red during the last quarter of the year. That is, businesses that probably were not doing so well before suddenly start making a lot of sales in the last quarter of the year. And Cyber Monday in itself, that's a more recent phenomenon. That started in 2005. A lot of people noticed that after Black Friday, people shop a lot online on the following Monday. Monday are tied to the Thanksgiving holiday in the US. The Thanksgiving holiday happens on the last Thursday of November. So Black Friday is the day after. There's always a mad rush for a lot of gifts, for groceries, for appliances, and a whole lot of things that people had been planning to buy from the beginning of the year. Cyber Monday in itself is the Monday immediately after Black Friday. This year, Black Friday holds on November 22nd, and Cyber Monday holds December 2nd. Now, one fun fact about Cyber Monday, it was the biggest shopping day in Amazon's 25-year history, 2018 Cyber Monday. So these 2 days are big deals. And for Nigeria, 41 million people shopped Black Friday last year, and 66% of them, that is 2 out of every Black Friday shopper, did it only online. So we're not just talking about Jumia, we're not just talking about people that have online stores. We're talking about people that have stores on Instagram, on Facebook. 41 million Nigerians bought things on Black Friday in 2018, and 66% of them done it on their phones, on their laptops or desktop. And this is what Nigerians typically buy on Black Friday: home appliances, underwear, cosmetics, clothing, and shoes. The average Nigerian spent 22,000 naira on Black Friday last year. So you multiply that by 41 million naira, and you realize that there's a lot of cash flowing around during that period. So whether or not you have any plans for your customers, they have plans for themselves. There's also the there's also the trend that while questions around what to buy on Black Friday starts from August and September, by October and November, these questions become a little more targeted. So people are not just asking where to buy shoes, they're asking where to buy these Nike sneakers. So the earlier you prepared or position your business to answer some of these questions, the easier it will be for you to convert on all of these opportunities and make a lot of money during that period. So we are going to perform a little exercise to give a little life to the strategies that we'll be discussing. We're going to assume that we own a fictitious shoe store. All of us in this room are co-owners of the shoe store called shoes.ng. We have an amazing catalog of footwear that women with different preferences and tastes will always find something that they would like on our store. We have a website, we have an Instagram account, we have Facebook, and we're also live on Konga. I deliberately didn't put Jumia so it doesn't look too cliche. Our goals for shoes.ng is to boost our sales by more than 50%. We're also trying to attract a lot of new customers because we have big plans for 2020. I mean, Black Friday is just one day. We're hoping to be in business next year, 2020 Black Friday and other years. So we want to attract as much as we can this year so that we can start 2020 on a high. While it's important to plan for how to make big money during those events, and a lot of businesses often fall short in this. Yes, we want to make money, so we are pushing out the deals, we are pushing out the discounts, but then we often leave out the people that are the most important, are the customers. The more personalized our interactions with our customers are, the more it is easier to be able to ask him to buy, ask her to buy, and actually see them do what we want them to do. What I'm trying to say is we'll be segmenting our audience, and this is categorizing them by certain traits that they have in common. This helps us speak to each individual customer in a tone that they understand. So essentially, the 65-year-old retiree that has bought 2 shoes on shoes.ng for his 2 daughters will not respond to the same kind of marketing that a 21-year-old NYSC fashionista who is still dependent on her parents for allowance. And we're not going to market to them in the same way. So it's important for us to be able to categorize our customers by certain traits that they have in common. And after doing that, we create a calendar, which is actually like a map of how we want to interact with all of these people and on the platforms that we want to do it on. We'd also be implementing those actions via email, via SMS, and on social media. We'll be selecting the best performing products that will help us achieve whatever revenue goal we had set aside for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And then we'll be optimizing our entire processes to ensure that when people come to our store to buy, they not only click add to cart rather, but they actually get to the payment checkout, they pay, and they review our products positively. Remember, we are trying to be in business even after Black Friday, so it is very important that whatever experience that they have on our platform is as positive and as warm as possible. So we'll be segmenting our audiences by demographic factors like their age. Remember I said earlier on that I cannot market to a 65-year-old retiree the same way I market to a 21-year-old youth corper. We'd also be looking at their location, where they live. So somebody that stays in my hometown in Ilesha, for instance, may not respond to the same kind of ads as somebody that works at Paystack. Now, some of this information you already have from people that have bought on your store. If you have Paystack integrated on your website, you also have their payment history. Some of these things you can also get on Google Analytics, their site behavior. So is she the kind of person, for instance, that just comes, spends 10 minutes and buys what she wants to buy and leaves? Or the kind of person that will spend an hour, add certain things to cart, leave, come back again, browse through different categories. So the ability to be able to nail down each individual person's behavior and traits means that you will be effective when you're marketing to her, to him, and to him. You're speaking in a tone that he understands and that each of them understand. And segmenting them by all of this helps. This is what a content calendar looks like. And trust me, it's not as technical as it looks. Any regular spreadsheet, you can create any of this on any regular spreadsheet app or software. So a content calendar is like a map or you call it a planning tool that helps you design how you will interact with all of your customers, or let's use the word audience, on different platforms at specific times. Content calendar is always time-bound. So you'd have a content calendar for, say, January to December, or this one which is targeted specifically for the last 3 months in 2019. It's always time-bound. Then the actions in it are specific. You are not vague. We want to send out so and so newsletters to do so and so things. You're also very specific about the platforms that you'll be doing all of these things. You may not go into too many details, but you are specific about what those actions are going to be. And for shoes.ng, this is how we are going to be kicking off Black Friday. We'll be welcoming our customers to the holiday shopping season via email. We also want to create a pre-Black Friday Cyber Monday landing page to collect new visitor emails. We'll be encouraging our fans on social media to engage with us with fun posts. For instance, we own a shoe store, so you could post something like, my favorite Christmas shoe story. Something like this can incite nostalgia, because a lot of us associate Christmas shoes with something that our parents have done for us. It doesn't matter what your business is actually, there's a human side to it, and there's always a story that you can create on any platform to connect with people. Social proof is also good. As a matter of fact, there's a whole lot of study on social proof marketing, that is things said by experts, reviews and testimonials by people that have shopped with you before. It is usually a lot easier to convince somebody to buy from you if they've seen somebody buy from you before, and that same person had a very good experience with you. A lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to it, but reviews and testimonials are very, very important marketing tools. And if you're planning to have an even bigger Black Friday, Cyber Monday next year, it is important that whatever things that you do this year, you document them, push and collect as many as possible, as you will be using them for next year's event. We'll be announcing Black Friday, Cyber Monday across our social media platforms. We want to make our customers feel special. Okay, I think I actually missed something. Okay, so our VIP customers are highest spending customers. We already have the payment history of every single person that has bought on our website before. So we want to make these people that have supported us over the years with their cash, we want to make them enjoy certain benefits that is exclusive to them. At the end of the day, all of us want to feel like we belong to a certain elite club. Everybody likes feeling like they belong to a club that only they and a few other people can enjoy. So we want these people to subscribe to this discount list. What this discount list does for them is that every single deal that we are making available only on Black Friday for every other person, they get an access to a day before. We will not be focusing on them alone, actually. We also want to invite every other person. So we have what we call a Black Friday, Cyber Monday Prime group. And this also, we will be targeting all our other old customers and tell them that for every one of them that belongs to this 200-member alone group, they get 15% of their first purchase. At the end of the day, everybody likes our woof. So we also want to engage with them in a more personal way. If you buy shoes from us, we can easily judge that you pay a lot of attention to how you look, because we can boast about it that we don't have any house shoes. So we can also guess that you probably know the best Instagram fashion icons. You know the people that look really good, the people that post well. You definitely know Toke Makinwa. So we could have a 1-hour Instagram, Facebook live chat with her. We will send reminders to all our VIPs to join our early birds list. Then we'll post our flash sales calendar on Instagram, on our website and social media. So flash sales, for those who have shopped on Jumia and Konga and all these other big e-commerce platforms, flash sales are heavily discounted products that are available only for a very short period. And a lot of businesses use it to create attention and awareness. So for instance, you know that an iPhone that sells for say 300,000 naira, Jumia posts it on their website that on so day, at this exact time, this phone that sells for 300,000 naira will be available for 220,000 naira. Now you know the number of people. At the end of the day, you'll be surprised that it's probably just 2 of those phones that are available. But of course, they're not going to tell you. So everybody is going to be close by their laptops and their phones that day so just imagine the amount of awareness and attention that you bring to your website by simple things like this. So we're posting this flash sales calendar so you know, tell a friend and to tell another friend to tell another friend. So all of your friends are around your computer that day because you want to get that iPhone. Then we offer sneak peeks. Yeah, it's going to be 30% off all of these shoes, and we are doing it all over social media and our web and our emails. So I talked earlier on about engaging our customers via email, SMS, and social media. But to do this effectively, since we are a business and we are not just a random shoe seller, we want to create a cohesive content rollout, something that we've already mapped out in our content calendar. You can't except you don't want to attend to other parts of your business. You may not be able to post hour on hour of every single deal that you have. And there are a lot of tools. You'll be surprised at how free some of them are, or how cheap some of them actually are, that you can schedule some of these posts to go out at certain times of the day to the exact type of people that you want them to see. Now, for instance, it's just that 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. are the peak shopping periods for Black Friday in Nigeria. So if I am in business and I want to take advantage of those periods, I already schedule my posts on certain tools that will make sure that every single person that is on their phone at that particular time has access to my marketing, has access to every single thing that I'm running at that time. For emails, there's MailChimp, MailerLite, and HubSpot. Now, these are 3 of the most popular email marketing tools. There are a whole lot of them. For these ones, they have a lot of free features. That is, you may not have to spend a dime to enjoy some of the benefits. They also help you have direct contact with your customers. They are easy to manage, and they achieve fast conversions. Social media, Buffer, Outsuite, and Agora Pulse are 3 of the most important, 3 of the most popular tools as well. So I'm moving on now to products. Every business has its own revenue goal. And at the end of the day, you're the one that will decide what works best for your business. For our business, that all of us in this room could own, which is shoes.ng, we'll be selecting our best performing products from last year, our best sellers this year, and the in-trend shoes that a lot of people have requested for, but we have not had before now. And we are curating all of this specifically for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We also establish a robust supply chain with our suppliers. What all of that means is we ensure that if you want 50 pairs of these sneakers that I'm wearing, I have the supplier that I'm getting them from. I've established that I'm going to get these 50 pairs at whatever date that I want. And if I run out, there's the visibility of getting extra. We'll be separating our Black Friday and Cyber Monday inventory from regular stock so we don't run out early. And then we'll be assigning prices and discounts. I want to talk a little bit about prices and discounts. So I talked earlier on about every business having its own revenue goal. For most e-commerce businesses, the most used term for assigning prices is something they call the net merchandise value. And that is That is your total revenue minus the cost of the product, payment and gateway payments, marketing fees, and every other fee associated with the promotion of that product. You may decide that selling a phone that costs you 230,000 naira at 220, that if you're able to sell up to 50 or 100 pieces of that, you'll be able to scale the loss that you have made on those phones on other products. So at the end of the day, every business is going to determine how each discount they assign to every product affects their bottom line. Because we are a growing business and we don't have Jumia and Konga money, we are not selling shoes that cost 15,000 naira, 10,000 naira. We will be exploring other type of promo deals that may also affect prices, but actually do not depend so much on each discount. So everyone knows buy one, get one free. We also know about volume discounts, which is, for instance, I'd sell this pair of shoes for 5,000 naira, but I'm telling you that if you can buy two, you get it for 9,000 naira. Free shipping. You could say for the first 10 people who buy certain shoes, they get free shipping. Discounted product value and bundles, those are buy X to get Y. They may not have the hype of buying a 250,000, a 300,000 naira phone at 250,000. But you realize that the more creative you get with some of these offers, the more attention you actually get. So we've established, we've announced the event, we've established how to get the stock. It's important to ensure that when people actually show up on that day, we do not mess things up. So people do not now come to our store and click add to buy, and suddenly our website goes down and there's a maintenance page message. A lot of times, e-commerce businesses do not plan or proactively prepare for increased traffic during Black Friday. So a big retailer like Target, for instance, fell short in 2016 when during Black Friday, the website went down. I know that Jumia and Konga have suffered this a few times over the years. And a lot of times, it could be the difference between you making a lot of money and just not even eating bare minimum on your revenue goals. So we will be optimizing for a smooth shopping experience. We'll be looking at our website, our payment platforms, and seeing how we can partner with a reliable delivery company. First and foremost, it's important to have an e-commerce website on a platform that is designed to support e-commerce. Yes, we could cut corners on a lot of things, but it is very, very important that if you want to convert on all our opportunities, we use platforms that are designed specifically for e-commerce. WooCommerce and Shopify are two of the most popular ones. We'd also monitor and scale our websites for an increase in traffic. And by monitoring and scaling for increase in traffic, what I mean is you want to ensure that your website performs at the same rate that it on Black Friday as it will perform on any other day. Meaning, if the response time on your website before was 2 seconds, when you only had 500 people visit every day, on the day when you get 2,000 visitors, you want to ensure that it is the same exact performance, or even better. So there are a lot of tools that you could use to prepare for some. They call one the user monitoring tool. There's a server monitoring tool. You may have to get some IT experts to work with you on this, but it's important to ensure that your website performs optimally, regardless of the increase in traffic. navigating websites with haphazard categories and subcategories could result in very high bounce rates. Somebody comes to your website and they are looking for a pair of boots, and they are looking through the boots category and they are seeing a lot of shoes that just don't belong to that category. There are a lot of online stores selling shoes. It doesn't take them too long to close down our website and move on to the next best thing. So you want to ensure that when somebody comes to your website and they are looking for one particular thing, it doesn't take them minutes or hours to find whatever they are looking for. We also want to create a section that addresses the most important concerns that visitors on our site could get or could have. So we have a frequently answered and questioned segment. And yes, I used Paystack. So we are choosing a reliable payment partner. And what better partner to have than Paystack? If you have other payment options, it is important that they are as visible as possible so people make up their minds early on what exactly they will be using. Because with each payment method, people have to go through different hoops. So for instance, pay with bank requires a different method than you'd have, a different process than if you decided to pay with Paystack or if you wanted to do cash on delivery. So the earlier people know what exactly they will be doing at checkout, the better for you. So people don't get to checkout and then decide that, oh, this looks a little messy, and then they just abandon carts. For instance, on Jumia, we usually informed people early enough that if you want to, okay, so during Black Friday, everybody is rushing to get that 250,000 naira phone. You know from history that those phones are not a lot. So the faster you get from add to cart to payment, the better for you. So you don't want to waste too much time at that point. What most people do is they will have already bought something or use their card on Jumia. So their details are tokenized. That is, their details are already recognized by that platform. So when they add to cart and then they say checkout, they leave that queue faster than somebody that is just registering on that platform. So you want some of this information as visible as possible so people make up their minds early about what exactly they'll be doing on that day. Inventory management and delivery logistics. And I'd say this from experience that half of I don't want to use the word losses that most of these big e-commerce companies have during Black Friday happens because of delivery. So somebody orders to buy this particular pair of shoes, and then you deliver something else to them 24 hours later. The reason why making this kind of mistakes is usually costly is because, one, you don't find out about these mistakes until after the event itself. So in your mind, you sold this so amount of shoes. You're already happy that you have this revenue in. And then somebody calls in and said, I didn't order for this pair of shoes. Tell your delivery man to come and pick it from me. So one, you are spending extra on a delivery man that is coming over to that person's house to pick. Because we're a growing business, we do not want to lose this customer. So we probably offer concessions. And we will give you this discount bonus. Do you want us to give you this particular shoe? You probably even run out of the shoes that the person wanted in the first place. So depending on whether or not the person decides to keep shopping with you, it's a huge loss for you. So we do not want to mess up this path at all. One, we warehouse our Black Friday, Cyber Monday products. If what you have is a drop shipping arrangement where your supplier is the one that essentially arranged delivery, fine. But just make sure that theft and damage are not concerns of yours. Then you also probably properly tag all products with something that most e-commerce companies call SKUs, that is shopkeeping units. We assign a specific number or a set of numbers and letters to each product. So those numbers are like identifiers. So during order processing, when there's a mad rush, somebody ordered for this shoe, somebody ordered for that pair of boots and all that, there are no mix-up during that process at all. We're also going to be partnering with a logistics company that we have tried and tested before. Quite frankly, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is not the time to be testing things like this. So, to help us adequately address issues and emergencies that could arise during Black Friday, I mentioned this earlier on, having an easily accessible, frequently asked questions. And yes, we could actually have a website shutdown. We are planning against it, but it's important to have a clear maintenance page message in case that happens. So people don't just come to your page and see 404 error. So let it be a message that is unique to your brand. So and so thing is happening. We'll be back at this particular time. We have our IT experts and developers close by because, of course, we need them. And we also have a backup logistics company because sometimes logistics companies disappoint. I saw you said very well. You have experience. Okay, so welcome to Cyber Monday and Black Friday. We want to make a lot of money. But what we are actually, our major goals for these days is to ensure that every single person that shops with us enjoys superb customer experience. That is a warm and personal customer experience, and that our product deliveries are on target. That is, if we told you you're going to get this pair of shoes at 4 p.m. tomorrow, you get them on or before that time. We'll be creating catchy and clear product displays because people don't have time to waste on Black Friday, especially when there's a rush. So if they're going to be paying a pair of sneakers, for instance, information about the size, if it runs one size small, if it has a special kind of tag at the side that maybe gives it this, whatever feel it has, or maybe it's whatever information you think will help people make up their minds in seconds, all of that information should be clear. We're also creating urgency with our product marketing. So you have a lot of selling fast, buy now, 10 shoes left. You have all of those prompts strategically placed so that people know that their decisions need to be made quite fast. We'll also be promoting a lot of social media conversion. And retargeting shoppers, there will be a lot of this, abandoned carts. Because people cannot pay attention to too many things at the same time. A lot of people are buying different things at the same time. So people will get to carts, actually add things to their carts, and then disappear. It's not as if they don't want to buy with you, they are just distracted. So we intend to retarget a lot of these people via emails and ads. So I'm sure a lot of us have had experiences where we go to one website and try to look at certain issues. Then you just realize that one certain ad is running after you all around. Yeah, certain people did certain things to make sure that happened. So customer support on Black Friday. People are anxious. People may be angry. But we want to respond to them with a sense of warmth that they will always attach to our brand. Because Black Friday is just one day. Cyber Monday is just one day. But your business is going to be here after December. So I talked about this earlier on, actually, about the kind of information that you will want people to have at a glance. You want to take a picture? Okay, by all means. So what we want them to do is simple. We want you to click add to bag, buy bag rather, within seconds. So every single thing you need to know is this size, is that color, it has this age. Most likely, if you clicked on this, if we showed you the link of this shoe, you have the shoe from different angles. So immediately you see it. Again, most times with fashion, it's images that sell the product. So you want to provide every single thing they need to see. And it's on point. So yeah, we talked about all of this, but I'll mention them again. Product description, clear images, and buy now. So this is how our products will look like on that day. You see the sale in red. It catches your attention. We don't want to be in your face, but as subtly as possible, we are trying to create a sense of urgency with every single thing that we do on that day. So our product arrangement is designed to attract you and urge you to buy immediately. We also want to create buzz on social media, but I skipped something earlier on about creating warm customer experience. Now, from my experience, I'd say that when people have bad experience, most retailers will tell you that when people have a bad experience, when people have a good experience on your platform, they hardly ever say it is better or it's the best. That is, if people enjoy 80% support from you, they will not say it's 81%. The day they get 30%, you will be lucky if they say it is 15%. So if it is good, it is good. It is never better or best, but if it is bad, it is very bad. So as much as possible, we want to ensure that whatever thing we put out there is as positive as possible. So even when they are angry, even when we get their orders mixed up, we want to ensure that we are there and that whatever we are putting out there is as positive. Even when we are saying, no, we cannot do this, we are as positive as possible. We'll be creating buzz on social media with something we call the Pretty Fit campaign. What we essentially want people to do is link back to our website via social media. So we put it out that for all those that have bought something on our store, post a picture of your feet on social media, and people with the highest number of likes get a free pair of shoes worth 10,000 naira. Most of us are vain, but more importantly, most of us want 10,000 naira pair of shoes that are free. So you'll be surprised at how many people would engage in something like this. So this is your cart is waiting for you. Somebody that shopped on our website and did not go back and did not get to check out. So you go to your website and we still chase you there and say, Madam, Oga, please, just click add to bag and buy from us. So you see this in ads and in emails like this. We talked earlier on about creating a very human customer experience. It is like number one on the list of what exactly we are optimizing for on that day. We are going to be intentional about creating a sense of warmth that they will always associate with us, even after Black Friday. So if people know that when things are crazy, that when things are really bad, you are still putting your best foot forward, people tend to trust you. If I know that on a day when you have a lot of emergencies, you probably have double or triple the number of customers that you normally have calling in, and you are still able to say, Madam, I'm really sorry about this. And people will get irate, people will get really angry, and they may even throw out unprintable things at you. But if at that moment you are still able to create a sense of positivity and warmth, they will always come back to you, because it's not something that you can assign a value to, but in some way they trust you. They trust that even on your worst days, you can be your best self. So this is what we are optimizing for the most on that day. We'll be cross-selling at checkout, and a lot of people sometimes feel like, isn't it too much? It looks like we are begging them to buy this one. Should we be suggesting this to them? Especially for those that have add-ons and accessories. But please do. At checkout point, people will still buy if you have more to do. Actually, if we sold accessories, this would be the point to suggest perhaps a pair of bags that would fit that pair of perhaps bag that would fit that pair of sneakers. So if you sold bags and you had other accessories, you could suggest shoes. And you could personalize the image actually. So it's not just you may also like, but this pair of something like this will look well with this and all that. You can only do this actually if you had segmented and targeted your customers, as I mentioned earlier. So you already know what this person is likely to want, because you already have idea of their history with you. Yeah, I mentioned how we are pushing for 100% on target delivery, but the truth of the matter is sometimes that may not happen. Maybe on Black Friday it rains. And we know how Lagos can be like when it rains. But even in the event of such emergencies, it's important to not send generic canned messages. I mean, we've been doing well this far. They've been calling in, they've been aggressive, some of them have been angry, I've been able to calm them down. Then we should not fall short at this point. So if it turns out that for some reason, we cannot deliver their product at the time that they wanted to, then the onus is on us to deliver at a time that will now be convenient for them. So Black Friday and Cyber Monday is over. But we still got to make some money because, Christmas is still coming. So we want to, a smart business or a smart business owner will not want to lose that momentum. You've created a lot of buzz. A lot of people have interacted with your brand during this period. You don't want to just filter it away. You've probably attracted a lot of customers that did not know about your business before. So how exactly do we maximize this opportunity even after Black Friday and Cyber Monday is over? We'll be collecting shopper behavior data. And this is not just general data about their previous history on our website. This is data specific to their behavior on Black Friday. I'll be talking a little bit more about this later. We will get and respond to feedback. And this could open us up to a few attacks because, quite frankly, maybe not everybody is 100% with us. Maybe not everybody was happy with certain things that we did on that day. But the most innovative brands or the most innovative businesses are the ones that take feedback, that actually ask and act on feedback. We'll also be extending our Black Friday to our pre-Christmas shopping season. We will be collecting and publishing reviews. And then, yes, we still want to make money. So we'll be teasing our Christmas sales campaign. So the surveys we will be sending out, like I said earlier on, is specific to Black Friday, Cyber Monday behavior. So let's imagine that this lady over here was on our website for, say, 10 minutes. She abandoned her cart twice, but eventually bought a bundle of 2 pairs of shoes at 12,000 naira. If she used Paystack, we have a breakdown of her behavior during checkout, but you don't know why she behaved that way. So what you have is data, but you will need their help in interpreting that data. So that is exactly why we'll be sending out surveys to them. So we noticed so and so. Can you tell us why you did so and so? And you'll be surprised at the kind of feedback you get from a lot of people. You may be surprised to find that maybe the website that you thought was working very well actually did not do well at certain points, and your own IT experts missed it. That may be the reason why she abandoned her cart at some point. Or maybe she realized that her card was just not functioning well that day. Or maybe something happened. But the point is that it doesn't matter whatever behavior each of them shows on that day. A survey like this helps you adequately analyze data. So you're not just getting feedback, but you're also going to be able to react on the feedback and improve on our services. We are giving special discounts to our VIP shoppers because, yes, Black Friday is over, but we still have a lot to sell. We also want to target customers who didn't participate with a message like, you missed out on our party, but don't worry, we got you covered. And yes, we love happy customers. So we'll be publishing as much of this as possible because we are doing something right and we want everybody to know about it. And finally, we are kicking off our Christmas sales party. And we've come to the end of my presentation.